not a project I expected to get myself into until suddenly the inspiration struck, and then I stayed focused on it until I got it finished, and it took me a little longer than I expected. Secondly, I got all of the readings done as of Friday, and then accidentally found that 5 of them got deleted. So you guys were one of those ones I'm redoing right now. So anyway, this is the two of the Oracle trio that I created. This is the Nuance Oracle and the Picturesque. It's the first 2 of the deck. And we'll pull from the 3rd deck later in the reading. These cards have been super fun to do readings with. I'm so excited to be able to share them with you if you're interested in getting some of them yourself. Anybody can use them to do readings with, very clear and easy to do. And then you can be a backer of my Kickstarter campaign. So go ahead and check out that information. This is going to be for one of you. This will be for the other. And then we'll take a look at whatever Spirit wants to highlight between the 2 of you. So interesting. So there's 108 cards total in the deck, plus a bonus 10 cards if you participate in the campaign. So let's take a look here. One of you, we have very interesting here in the very middle, the snake, and that's a cautionary card. It is a card that does warn of the possibility of some kind of deception. And what they're telling me right now is that whatever's going on with this person over here, it's not what you think. You are looking at it from your perspective and it looks like one thing, but a completely other thing is going on. And the reason I say that is because of these 2 cards. So the Lily is about development, growth, established, achieving something, longevity, and over time, like things happening, growing, and being created in the long run. And that sense of you know, like if you plant lilies, they begin to establish themselves and they come back year after year. And it's, you know, each year they're going to be, you know, bigger, whatever. So that's kind of the idea there. And then with the mortar and pestle, it is about taking different substances, breaking them down, and brewing something. It's alchemy. It's creating something else. And it is even about potions and spell work. And I really feel like this here is the other person for most of you who are watching this. You know, you're here because you're wanting to know what's going on with this situation. There's that frustration, that feeling you might feel deceived. Either the snake card can even be about besides deception, it could be about jealousy. You know, it could be that there's been some really negative things that have happened with this person, but what Spirit's trying to say here is that there really is so much more going on here than meets the eye, and that you know, and this doesn't excuse bad behavior or anything like that. It's not making excuses. It's just helping for understanding to occur for, you know, for you. For you over here, I feel like this is going to be the case. You know, some cases this might be flipped, but over here we have that you're really truly on a one track. You're headed in a direction. You're going there. You're staying on that course. You're not getting off there. You're not jumping the track. But for right now, it's been a situation of being alone and isolated and separated. There is definitely a distance here. There's solo. For most of my viewers, if this reading is resonating with you, it's because you're not with this person right now. And that the one, you know, interesting thing here is the anchor is very stable and sure and solid and grounded. It's persevering, and you have willpower and fortitude to really stick with this. So it's not been an easy journey being on this track, but it is, like, you're on it and you're staying on it and you're not going anywhere. And it does look like, because the anchor is very slow moving as well, it looks like for most of you this is going to be this way for a little while still. And of course you always have that decision about, you know, whether you want to stick around in a situation with someone like that or not. You have someone who you know, may have been a little toxic or a lot toxic to be around, and maybe they're going through their own thing, and that's great. But, you know, you do have your choices. But if you're staying on this track, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of some slow going there for a while. However, in the middle here, we do have that there are going to be some changes, and this is the energies between the 2 of you. So the fox comes up as a little bit of a another warning card. It's mostly a negative character. It does have some characteristics that can be positive, like it's cunning and smart and crafty and figures out how to do things in ways nobody else would, but it also is usually tricky, and it can be insincere, and there can be some negative characteristics. I think that's why this is coming up, because it's reflecting what was going on with this person, where I was saying, like, there's been deception going on, and it's been a negative, like, from your perspective, seeing how they're acting or how they're being hasn't been nice. And that does look like it's going to be shifting and changing. And it could be very, very well that even though this could be for a while of, kind of a slow going of, there is going. So over here, this is like, there is progress through this. You are moving through this. There is a loan, and it might still be a while yet, but something will happen where this is going to get addressed between the two of you. There is a sudden, the scythe is about something sudden, unexpected, and a cutting. And what is cutting here? And also being swept away, getting rid of things you don't need. And so there's two ways this could be interpreted. For some of you, you might just be like, I'm done. I'm done with this. It's over and done with. I'm not going to stick around for that anymore. You might be developing and going through your own thing here, and that's great for you. But it's been negative for me. I don't want to have anything more to do with it. I've been here and doing this for some time, and a long time enough, and I'm done with it. And so you're going to be the one that says, I'm finished. You're going to get rid of something that you don't need. You're going to sweep it away. In other cases for you, and this is where I'm thinking, like, where my belief is that you tune into your knowing, and you'll know, which it is for you. For some of you, it's that this comes in as an outside kind of force and influences that deals with the tricky, deceptive nature that was going on with this person in the snake. And suddenly and unexpectedly, something gets swept away and brushed aside and like revealed and opened that ends up giving, like getting rid of that, and which is a very positive thing, of course, for this relationship, because in order for this to work and to move forward, that's what needed to happen. There needed to be some kind of sweeping away of this in order for these two, because I do feel like the separation was going on because of this. Yes, they're going through their thing and they're developing, but there's had to be separation because of their toxicity or their negativity or whatever was deceptive and negative going on. I'm going to pull a planetary influencer. I'll do that in a second. So I created 10 extra cards that if we pair them with the signs of the zodiac, they actually create the major arcana, which is really cool. Which I, in doing the Lenormand, I love the style of the cards and how to, and what comes through message-wise to read with them, but I do miss some of the things that we get from the major arcana and from tarot. So I have some extra cards that kind of help bring some more depth. Well, that's the one that wants to come out, so we'll see it. Okay, so Mercury is the messenger of the gods, and so what it's saying here is that there's going to be some kind of message, some communication. It is the Magician card also. So, this is kind of, to me, a little bit of that sudden scythe energy as well. The Mercury does act in a very sudden and quick way. We're headed toward a Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is influencing that situation right now. I want to get a time frame for when we could see this sudden shift, this change, the sweeping for many of you. I don't want that many. I'll just do that again. Only one. Now you could shuffle all 108 cards together, and then when you see these different signs of the zodiac come up, they could actually represent people. I'll probably do some readings like that as well. And then you can pull them separately for timing or whatever. Okay, so we have Leo for timing. And there's 3 different kinds of timing there, which is either within 7 to 14 days that this could happen for some of you, or during this. There's a typo. I said during the spring. It's during the summer. That's why I had a test deck of these printed. During the summer, from July 22 to August 21, obviously in the time of Leo, so you could see some shifts and changes then. Let's take a look at spirit animal cards for some advice or just some more nuance or advice here. I'm wanting to put one over here with this. What's going on with this person? Really? Okay, the beaver. Persistence, paying off, repetition. Very determined, but the beaver also has this other meaning. I did research on, different meanings of spirit animals, and I actually really liked this concept because it's very much what the beaver is about. The beavers are wonderful creatures. I absolutely adore them. Not only are they the cutest things ever, but they have amazing characteristics, and what they accomplish blows my mind. But when they are, doing their thing, they can cause a lot of havoc and damage. From a human perspective, actually, it's great ecologically, but if you're a, farmer or like the Forest Service has to deal with roads flooding and things like that, and the beavers just keep on, no matter how many times they go out there and break up certain beaver dams that are flooding a road or something, then that beaver just goes right back out there and does it again. So that's the idea about where things are working against you. So what I'm getting with this here is there's this work. There's the work of the mortar and pestle going on, the growth and everything. And the persistence will pay off, but there's been a lot of things working against this person. And so there's something in the situation that they're in that has made it a lot. It's just been a challenge. And so, but then of course in the long run, those things working against them can also benefit and be for their ultimate growth. But that has played a factor. That's played a factor in the length of time that has taken. I feel like for a lot of you that's been like, oh my God, already, all right already. Can we move on past this? Like, how long is it going to take to get there? The Wolverine is fierce and unpredictable. It's about power struggles, aggressive, and being possessive or in your face. So it comes up over here. I'm just putting it here. I don't know who that message is for, except that perhaps with the two of you, this whole thing was causing power struggles, and that it's coming up as a saying to you, this is just in my own experience, you're never really going to achieve the kind of peace and happiness when you engage in power struggles. The need to just release and surrender. You need to stand in your own ground. The part of the will of the Wolverine that's positive is that it really stands its ground. And sometimes that is what you need to do. So perhaps for some of you, that's what it's saying. You do need to stand your ground, but don't engage in power struggles. Those are never going to be helpful or beneficial. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Check out my Kickstarter campaign if you'd like a deck of these cards yourselves, and we will see you around in about a week. As a longtime tarot card user, I recently took the leap into learning Lenormand, another great intuitive divination tool for accessing the higher knowing of our subconscious mind. Developed in the 18th century by a famous seer, it has a unique voice and direct approach to everyday matters in life. With just 36 cards and simple imagery of things like the sun, the moon, a letter, or a tree, this system delivers thousands of specific meanings through corresponding two-card pairs. That's a vast possibility of intuitive messages, but the task of becoming proficient in its use is truly daunting. To tackle the learning curve, I decided to create a Lenormand-based oracle of my own that would be visually appealing, but also contain easy-to-read keywords to convey the card's various possible meanings, and contain additional cards that could represent the most common two-card pairs. It would also include timing cards, because who doesn't want to know when something is going to occur? The final result of my creative design process has yielded a trilogy, 3 sets of 36 cards for a total of 108. The picturesque Lenormand Oracle is a beautiful, classic oracle with warm, inviting images evocative of old photo albums. The Nuance Lenormand Oracle contains additional cards that were carefully chosen to represent the meanings of the most common two-card pairs from the Lenormand. The Zodiac and Spirit Animal Oracle contains 12 cards to represent each sign of the zodiac and to address timing, but also to show up in a reading as a particular person, similar to the tarot court cards. A number of animals showed up with powerful things to say. Their voices add nuance and reveal secrets of spirit and remind us of our connection to Source. I'm also offering a collector's bonus exclusive to this campaign. It is 10 additional cards that are the planets, including the sun and the moon, and when paired with the 12 signs of the zodiac, they actually form the major arcana from the tarot. This Kickstarter will fund the first run edition of the Nuance Oracle Trio, and subsequent sales will finance the completion of Intuit, an intuitive divination app I've developed based on the tarot and Lenormand. The rewards are as follows. I'm completely finished with the Intuit Nuance Oracle Trio card images. So as soon as the campaign is over, they will be sent immediately to the printers. Thank you so much for your support. I truly can't wait until they're printed, packaged, and shipped to you, and I'm confident that you'll enjoy using them as much as I have enjoyed creating them.